How you doing? My name is Mark, and I play the role of Mick Mars in the band Wrecking Crew. That's a Motley Crue tribute band located right here in the Motor City, not to be confused with Gotham City. Now, I do get asked quite often, how I'm playing this particular song, what do we do on this riff. So I thought it might be cool is if I made some videos, posted them here on YouTube, showing you how I play these particular songs. Now, before we get started, you're going to want to take your weapon of choice and tune it down one whole step to D. Now, once you've done that, and just for the sake of confusion, as always, namely my own, if I play that G chord there, I'm still going to call it a G chord, even though technically we're tuned down a whole step. Now, the song that I would like to share with you today is from Motley Crue's first album, Too Fast for Love, a song called Starry Eyes. And it's funny, I get asked all the time on this song, they're like, wow, what's going on? What is that chord? And because, he's using some inverted chords there, so it kind of tweaks your ear a little bit. So what we're going to want to do is, I'll give you the chord shapes. Take your third finger at the 7th fret of your A string. Take your first finger at the 5th fret on your D string. And that's going to sound like this. Now, take your second finger at the 10th fret of your A string and your first finger at the 9th fret of your D string. And that's going to sound like this. The next shape, you're going to take your third finger at the 9th fret of your A string, first finger at the 7th fret of your D string. And that chord is going to sound like this. So you have. Now you're going to move down, slide down, second finger, 5th fret of your A string, first finger at the 4th fret of your D string. So you have. Then you're going to move back to the 9th fret on your A string, first finger at the 7th fret of your D string, down a whole step, so all those chords right there, you have the whole intro of the song. So we'll play it slowly. So at speed, when the drums kick in, that's the whole intro. Now when the verse kicks in, you're going to keep that first inverted chord there, third finger, 7th fret on your A string, first finger at the 5th fret on your D string. This is where the verse comes in. When she lives. Now the next two shapes are second finger at the 5th fret of your A string, first finger at the 4th fret on your D string. And that chord's going to sound like this. So you have when she lives. Take that same shape and move it down one whole step. So your second finger is at your 3rd fret on the A string. First finger is on the 2nd fret of your D string. So, when she lives. Now the chorus kicks in. To play the chorus, you're going to go third finger at the 7th fret of your A string, first finger at the 5th fret of your D string, and you're going to hit that starry eyes. Now you're going to play a C 5th power chord. So your first finger is at the 3rd fret on your A string, third finger is on the 5th fret of your D string. move it up a whole step to D. So, starry eyes. Whoa. Now there's that do, 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 do. That part, you're playing a C. So you have the C fifth chord, first finger, 3rd fret A string, 3rd finger, 5th fret D string, to an E 5th power chord, which is open E and your first finger at the 2nd fret of your A. So it's, and then with your 2nd finger, go on the 3rd fret of your A string. So it's, and then back a half step using your 1st finger at the 2nd fret of your A string. So it's starry eyes. Whoa. Starry eyes. Oops. Starry eyes. Whoa. Then you go back to the intro. Got that whole thing, another verse. Now, the next piece that I would like to share with you is when it breaks down. Now, there's 2 ways you can do it. The way that I do it, because usually by the time we've hit this song, you know, I've had a few cocktails myself. So just to make it simple, so there's not a lot of jumping around, a lot of movement, I go to my A 5th power chord here. So that's an open A string. First finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string. And what I'm doing is hitting that chord and then using my 2nd finger and my 1st finger. So 2nd finger is at the 3rd fret on the A string. My 1st finger is on the 2nd fret of the A string. So it's, and I use that 5th note on it's the 5th note for the A power chord. So it's, 1st finger's 2nd fret D string. So at speed, now move down 1 set of strings to E and use the same pattern. So you're making the E 5th power chord and then using your 2nd finger at the 3rd fret of your low E and your 1st finger at the 2nd fret on your low E. So it's, and you just go between your A and your E on that part. And it resolves on the B 5th power chord. So you're taking your 1st finger, 2nd fret A string, 3rd finger on the 4th fret of your D string. And then the guitar solo comes in. Now, the last piece that I want to show you is coming out of the guitar solo. There's a little walk that they do. And let me try to move this chair so you can see. So that riff, after playing that, is so your 1st finger is at the 1st fret on your D string. I hope I remember this right because it's been a while since I played this. 1st fret D string. Use your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of your D string. Then use your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of your A string. Oops, no, it's wrong. Fuck. Sorry, it's going to be a 2nd fret. So, first finger is at the 1st fret, 2nd finger and then use your second finger on the A string, 2nd fret. And then just move your first finger to the 2nd fret on the A string using that same pattern. And then move up your first finger to the 4th fret on the D string, and it's the same kind of half step up with your 2nd finger. Use your 3rd finger to go to the 6th fret on your A string. So it's and then this last part to close it is 1st finger at the 6th fret on your A string, 2nd finger on the 7th fret of your A string, and then closing on the B, which is the 7th fret on your low E. So the whole lick. So at speed. Now, at that point, it's a ooh, that part. So you go. Now, all you're doing for that is 2nd finger, 8th fret on your low E, 1st finger on your 7th fret on your A string. So you're going to play that chord, and then just move it down a half step. So 8th fret, 7th fret, down a half step, 7th fret, 6th fret. So I'm not a singer. 1, 2, 3, starry eyes. That's the whole song, man. It's kind of tricky. I didn't think it was going to be that tricky to show you, because I know how to play it, but describing it, I guess, is a whole different ball game. But I do thank you for watching. I hope it helped, and as always, if you dig it, man, please subscribe.